In the previous video, we learned how to build a custom authentication system in Laravel. Today, we are taking it a step further by securing our app with two-factor authentication. We are going step by step, and by the end, your login will be as secure as Fort Knox. First, we need two packages to make the magic happen. The OTP, which generates the 6-digit codes you see in your Authenticator app, like Authy and Google Authenticator. Simple QR code, which gives us a scannable QR code for the user's phone. So let's do that. Open the terminal and run composer require spomkey labs OTP. And now we run composer require simple software IO simple QR code. Now, since we have both of them installed, open your user migrations file and add two columns. Two-factor secret, which stores the secret key tied to the user Authenticator app, and two-factor recovery codes, which gonna hold our recovery codes in case the user loses their phone. In the user model, we make sure these sensitive fields never get exposed accidentally, and automatically convert recovery codes into arrays. Down there, we have generate recovery codes method. It generates 8 fresh codes. We hash every single one of them, and finally, we return 2 versions of the codes, plain and hashed. Plain, these are the actual codes that we will show to the user only one time. The user should copy them or download them. Hashed, these are what we save in the database, so even if the database gets leaked, the codes are safe. And the other method is verify recovery code. We loop through all recovery codes saved in the database, and by the way, they are single use only. Then we check if the user's input match any of the hashed codes. If yes, boom, the user is allowed in. If no, access is denied. Next, we need to hire 2 bodyguards for our app. Enforce two-factor, which checks if the users passed 2FA before entering restricted routes, and two-factor disabled, which makes sure users can't mess with 2FA settings if the feature disabled. Then we register both of them in the bootstrap app.php file. In the dashboard.play.php file, we added code to allow user to control their two-factor authentication settings. If it's enabled, users see QR code link and a big disable button. If it's disabled, users see an enable button. When a user tries to log in, they land here in the two-factor.play.php file. It asks for either the 6-digit authenticator code or a recovery code. Type the code, hit submit, that's all the user needs. Now let's go to the web.php file. We've added some routes for the two-factor authentication feature. The first one here is to enable 2FA feature. It generates a secret key and recovery codes, store them in the database, and prepare a QR code for the user to scan it using their Authenticator app. Next, we've added a route to disable 2FA feature for the logged-in user. And of course, we have a route to show the setup page where the QR code and recovery codes are displayed. We also have a route to the page that should be displayed after login for entering the 2FA code, if user enabled the 2FA feature. Then a route to confirm that the user's OTP code from their Authenticator app is correct. And at the end, a route to regenerate new recovery codes for the user. We protect our main routes and restrict users from accessing them until they pass the two-factor authentication process. Now let's see the hero of the episode, the two-factor controller. This guy here controls the entire 2FA flow. The enable method is for enabling the 2FA feature. In the first line, we grab the current logged-in user. If they already have 2FA enabled, we don't want duplicates. Kick them back to the dashboard. Then we generate a brand new secret using TOTP package. This secret is gonna be like a handshake between our app and the user's phone. Next, we create recovery codes. These are plan B, just in case the user loses their phone. We save the secret plus hashed recovery codes in the database, hashed, not plain text. Then immediately mark this session as passed 2FA. Otherwise, the user would log themselves out the second they enable it. Finally, redirect them to the setup page. where we show them their shiny new QR code and recovery codes, the plain version. In the setup method, we show the QR code and recovery codes. Here we get the user's secret and rebuild the OTP generator. This code here shows the user email and the app name inside Authy or Google Authenticator app. And here the URL which we will turn into QR code. The user scans it and boom, their phone is synced. Let's take a look at the two-factor setup.play.php file. At the top we have a button to go back to the dashboard page and an option to disable the 2FA feature. Down there we show the user the QR code using the simple QR code package, the one we installed before, and the secret code if user can't scan it and want to add it manually in Authy or Google Authenticator app. Then we show the recovery codes for the first time if user enabled the 2FA feature or when user chose to regenerate the recovery codes. Now let's go back to our main hero. The disable method here is very simple. It just clears out two-factor secret and two-factor recovery codes. So it's like taking batteries out of a lock. In the confirm method, we grab the secret code. If it's a 6-digit code, we check if it matches our server expectations. If it's a recovery code, we verify that instead. If correct, we mark the session as 2FA passed. If not, we throw an error, invalid code. In regenerate recovery codes, we generate fresh recovery codes, save them, and give the user the plain versions to store them somewhere safe. Now let's test everything out and see how it looks like. And that's it. You just added professional two-factor authentication to your Laravel app. Now your users can log in with password and authenticator code. Hit like if you like this video, subscribe, don't forget, and I will see you in the next video.